if CASS was sort of the thing that we went to market with as a business, looking at that sort of horizon, what do you see as the things that perhaps the company is looking at which will allow for that next stage of growth?
Yeah. Well, we've talked a lot about CAS, but that was very much the genesis of the firm, and that was the focus of the first few years. But again, we followed quite a client-led journey, because once our customers had seen what we could help them with in terms of CAS, they were also starting to ask about other areas. So risk management more generally, control automation, allocation of responsibilities to staff members and senior managers, SMCR. So we started sort of seeing that we were building out the whole compliance journey over time. And it's fair to say that probably the scope of the platform now is quite comprehensive, and we can solve most of the problems that our typical client would want to throw at us. But obviously the regimes continue to evolve, and there are new requirements that the regulators are always throwing at the market. So if we look out to next year and the years coming, obviously consumer duty is a big one at the moment. Many of the solutions for consumer duty in terms of technology are using existing tools, but in more sort of innovative ways or repositioned ways, or maybe putting tools together that we already have, but in a way that allows you to demonstrate consumer duty across the board. And the four main pillars of that requirement. But then there's operational resilience as well, and that's an area that we're particularly interested in, because operational resilience is obviously about data. A lot of it's about data and showing that the relationships you have with other firms in a very networked sector are resilient, and that you've mapped out your resources, your business services, and that that there's a stable basis to the relationships you have. But you need to monitor those relationships on a very sort of detailed and kind of attentive basis. And doing that manually is just out of the question for a lot of the big firms that we have. Particularly a full scope firm that's bringing so many different business services to so many different sets of customers. You can't seek to really get an overview of your environment unless you use technology, because there are so many data points. So I think really that in a way that challenge has come at the right time, because we've now got a platform that's mature enough to capture a lot of compliance data and then present that back in a way that is intelligible for senior management and allows them to pinpoint where weaknesses might be, or where they might have a key dependency on a supplier where they could do with additional redundancy, that type of thing. And it's very exciting from the point of view of a technologist as well, because no software system really in financial services exists in isolation. So the technology team here at Ruleguard have built out a very comprehensive set of API libraries, and they've got various different data integration methods where a firm can actually hold a lot of compliance data on Ruleguard, but can also see data that might have originated from another enterprise risk management system, or treasury automation system, or whatever pieces of technology estate they might have, and they can bring that together and show that they're fully conscious of what their environment is, and how to make it resilient and stable. So whilst operational resilience is a challenging regime, it feels like Ruleguard are sort of happily in a position to help our customers with that quite keenly in the couple of years ahead.